Hey everybody, this is thought I'd do a little walk out around the yard and just kind of show what's starting to look like spring and starting to pop up through the ground. And before too long, I got a few little tulips starting to come up there. There's a little bit of lamb's ear. Now this lamb's ear, that's really tough stuff anyway, but the lamb's ear looks like starting to green back up and starting to grow. And we got daffodils gonna bloom open before too long. That one there looks like he's pretty close. So that's starting to sprout around a little bit. Have a little phlox planted in there, and phlox blooms really early. So that there will bloom in white and pink blossoms before too long. The rosebush buds look like they're just barely getting started, but there's a few more daffodils starting to poke their heads up through. But yeah, the rosebuds, I don't know if you can see that or not, but just starting to get a little red to them. Not out in leaf yet or anything. The tiger lilies are starting to grow. Those things are tough as anything. You can plow snow over them, drive over them, pay no attention to them, dig them out, plant them wherever you want, and they just grow. A few tiger lilies on that side of the driveway, and I actually did run over those, but they won't hurt them. They'll pop back up. The field is just starting to green up. There's still, oh, you can see there's still quite a bit of brown on the grass yet, but there's some green starting to show up through. Not much for buds on the trees yet. The maple trees are just starting to, you can see them turn a little tinge red and budding some. Not too much. Got a few chives starting to green up. They're another thing that's just tough as anything. Don't have much in the garden yet, but I do start to have a little garlic poking up through. Not very much. I think I counted 25 or 30 little sprigs popping through. Well, we get a little warmer weather now. We're still getting -2, -3, even as down as far as -5 and 6 in the nights, 10, 12, 13 through the day, sometimes only 0 at night. But so nothing, no tilling yet in the garden. Too muddy, too mucky. I can't get into it, and well, most mornings it's froze yet. The old tiller, I never got her parked anywhere over the winter. I tilled this little piece up last fall, and when it stopped, it sat right there and it ain't moved since. So maybe tomorrow we'll come out and we'll see if we can't get that going. That tiller, it's 3.5 Briggs & Stratton, made by Sears. Still think it has a serial number onto it. I have no idea how old it is. I think it's old as the hills. I had it for 12 or 15 years, and it was ancient when I bought it. Not much else. Deer been out in the field the last little bit. See, I got a few deer down there. They've been out getting the new green grass that's out and about. Oh, one thing I'll show you before we say goodnight for the evening. It's a nice day today, sunny, probably 8-10 degrees. I done a little grafting. This here's an old wild crab apple that I had, and it was growing crooked as anything. So what I did was I cut some little tips of growth, mind you, and it never grew much last year at all, so it didn't have much new growth, but I cut the few little tips off this winter And I brought them over here and I grafted 2 onto there, and then I grafted 2 more into there in a bit of a what is that? A bit of a cleft graft. So this one here is, I think, is a bit of the rootstock that's growing up. So that one's nice and straight. I'd like to see that take off. If not, maybe this one here will. Either one should help straighten the tree up quite a bit. But that's going to be a flowering crab apple. Before too long, I'll be getting my apple and my pear trees in. Probably another 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks before they get planted. But the weather's starting to warm up. Have a great one, everybody.